Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy R&B. So, we had some technical difficulty with this episode. My computer froze, but it's all good. I hope y'all enjoy this episode. Let's get into it. Cue music. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy R&B, and welcome back to Tacos and Touchdown Live. We're doing it on the phone this time. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But I got a special guest for y'all, all the way from East Texas A&M University. My guy, wide receiver Micaleous Elder. Did I get your name right?
Yeah, you got it. What's going on, man?
Appreciate you for being on the show tonight. I know there's some technical difficulty, but the show must go on and everything. So I got a few questions for you and everything before start the show off soon.
One period of time, but most of them was all like conference USA levels and below. It wasn't really nothing like, Big 12 or SEC. So that's kind of how it went for me. And then my senior year, I was committed to Middle Tennessee State throughout my whole senior season, and I ended up decommitting before I signed. So yeah.
So it's been an interesting journey, but it's kind of built you for what's going on right now in your life.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's built me to keep pushing forward. Get through hardships, trials and tribulations. That's really what most of this whole process taught me throughout college and throughout high school. It's just how to overcome adversity. So yeah.
So would you say how do you stay mentally sharp and physically prepared? It's not usually on the smaller schools, it's on the bigger schools like the SEC schools and the Big Ten schools. How do you just stay focused and everything, just keeping headstrong when it comes to
Uh, Basically just remembering my why. Like, why am I doing this? Why am I playing football? Why am I, doing what I do, doing what I love, and basically just keeping God first. So that's really it. I mean, it's a lot going on, but like far as like when you get to a certain level, you have to just focus on yourself. So and my mental. So basically, I just think about like my family, or I have a daughter, so that kind of gives me a motivation to keep going and getting up every day and keep trying no matter what.
So you have a lot of whys when it comes to keeping God first, your daughter and everything, your family. So that's definitely motivation right there.
Yeah.
For sure. So how do you work on perfecting your craft when it comes to your hands, your route running, and your speed?
So I'm more of like a visual learner. So like I can see somebody do something and then go out and do it myself. So basically, like I look at certain people like that got the same kind of play style as me, like Tyreek Hill, DeAnthony Thomas, Tavon Austin, or somewhere in that area, and I would just go out and I would do the things that I see them do, or see them run routes and then add my little sauce to it, and then I go from there, basically.
So you kind of say those guys are more kind of your inspiration, how to take little tidbits from their game and add it to your own.
Yeah, I take bits and like pieces from a lot of players that's already in the NFL, like, or that's already retired. I just watch their film or watch how they move and watch how they get open, or their IQ levels, and see what they see, and then I add it into my repertoire. I just see how I go.
So how have your experiences playing at different colleges in your perspective?
Uh, it was like a roller coaster, because the 2020 year was the COVID year, so that was like a lot of just everything as a football organization all across the America was just up and down, and that was just hard to deal with. And then you got the transfer portal where that was all flooded due to COVID, and then coaches changing, programs not having games, and a lot of stuff. So like it was my experience was kind of like it kind of gave me an advantage because I wasn't just so stuck on like how somebody runs it one place because once you get in the league it's different from when you was in college. So like I kind of got a bit like a taste of how it feels to like go from one school to another, and I just took from like those coaches and those playbooks. So it kind of gave me like a knowledge, curve.
Yeah. And that's an interesting perspective when you think about it. Like when it comes to transferring, you learn a new philosophy, learning new playbooks and everything. But you gain more of experience and everything. Like some other players don't have that advantage. Then they didn't have advantage to they only know one playbook, but not. But now that's more. You can lean that more towards the strength because you have more knowledge on other way how the schemes are.
Right. And that's kind of what I did basically, and it also taught me how to like, socialize and interact with people, and just because at the end of the day we're gonna meet new people every day. So like going from these schools and going to these different cities and environments, it's kind of like you got to be able to adapt quick, and that kind of helped.
Yeah, absolutely. You So when it comes to like going to the pros, you already kind of have an idea. Like, okay, I'm used to being in new surroundings, so it's not like there's no comfortability. Like, okay, it's just like another day.
Right. It's just like waking up.
So before I let you go, I got a couple questions. So, how was your experience at your pro day not that long ago? I see you did pretty well.
Yeah. So basically, I started training during January, and basically just with the help of the people that I was training with, like, I was doing a meal prep. Um, I was training with a personal trainer, like speed training and then agility training, and I had a strength trainer as well. And we just basically, we just focused on like the stuff that was going like be at the pro day. And I was kind of nervous going into it because like I'm like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna do. Everybody's anxious and stuff like that. But I prepared myself for like weeks and weeks, and I've been doing these stuff throughout like college and throughout my football career. So it's kind of like the drills wasn't really too much. It was just more of me wanting to be the best that I could be, and that was pretty much it. I went there. I was with the players that I was, used to being around. So like I felt kind of comfortable. It wasn't like being at a camp or nothing like that. So I was just like, man, I'm gonna do what I do, and that's kind of basically what I did, man.
Once you got all those jitters out and everything, you just showed out. That's what you're trying to tell me.
Yeah, basically, I'm just
Yeah.
like, man, because having jitters and being nervous could be a good thing too. Like
Yeah.
not always a bad thing. So I just embraced it. Like I think on my last 40, I'm like, man, this might be the last time I'll be able to run the 40. So like, man, just
Yeah.
whatever happened, and I just ran what I ran, and then on my shuttle, L drill, and everything else, I'm just like, man, let me just do what I do because sometimes if you get too anxious or too nervous, you try to do too much. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, let me just stay right where I need to stay at, man.
That's right.
Be fine.
Just stay in love with it and just focus on what you need to do and then show out basically.
Right.
Absolutely. But my next question, we'll say there's a GM or a scout watching this show. What'd you like them to know about you?
Um, One thing I would want them to know about me is that I work hard. Like, you could teach talent, you can teach speed. Because some people say you can't teach speed, but you can teach speed. But one thing about it, I got a good work ethic. You can put me in any situation. You teach me the ropes and the basic, and I'll run with it, and I build from there. I'm one of those players like I've always been an underdog, so like working hard or like having stuff handed to me, I'm not used to that. So I had to work for everything I got. So that's kind of like that's one thing I want them to know about me. Like I'm fine with coming in and special teams role or punt return or something like that. That doesn't bother me because like either way, I'm still gonna embrace the role, whatever role they give me, and I'm gonna take it and run with it and make the best out of it. And the best way I could help any organization.
That's the best attitude to have. Like it may be a small role now, but there could be an opportunity where that role could get bigger.
Oh,
Stuff.
best believe that. If any team I go to or any role they put me on, I'm gonna help that side of the ball. Like it doesn't matter. Like, and it's gonna be known. Like the offense will be better than what it was before I got there, or special team unit will be better before before I got there. So like whatever role I get to is gonna be known.
Like any special team coach out there that's hearing the show, I would say you need to draft my guy or sign him to y'all's team or something. Like I seen the film. Like the guy's balling. So don't let the perspective of small schools, because that's why I like talking to small school guys, because they got y'all got that mentality. Like, hey, I'm gonna prove it and I'm gonna show what I got and everything. That's why I like doing these shows.
But at the end of the day, it's like, man, this is just everyday life though. Like as a man, I feel like, they tie their cleats how I tie my cleats. They put
Yeah,
their shoulder pads on and helmet just like I put my shoulder pads and helmet on. So it's just like, it doesn't matter where you come from. It's just like it's what's inside of you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
yeah,
how bad you want it, and that's the difference between like how they say like the 2% only make it to the NFL, whatever. It's really not that low. It's only the people that does the extra work. Who watches film on their own, who goes gets the extra workout in, who overstudies the playbook. Those are that's what sets you apart, because everybody's talented, everybody's fast, everybody's can jump high, athletic. It's just like, can you use your talent at the right time, or do you know your IQ levels, and that's what sets you apart.
absolutely. Just look beyond the helmet. It's more who's putting that work in and who's doing them extra hours that some don't even want to do. Because there's a lot of talented players out there, but some of them don't want to put that extra work in. Like y'all like to go to set that next bar higher.
Right, because talent can only take you so far. Everybody in the NFL is talented.
Absolutely. Hey, I appreciate you having me on the show. Before I let you go, where can they follow you? Follow you on social media, and if you want to give a shout out to anybody, the floor is yours.
You can find me on Instagram at Micaleous Elder 9, also on Twitter at Micaleous Elder 1. And shout out to my mom and my daughter, man, and my
Hey,
dad.
shout out to the fam. Hey, this has been Tacos and Touchdown Live. Y'all have a good one. Peace.